Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Legend Lore chat in the Brawlhalla Lore YouTube channel. I am Barendipitous, and with me is Ashy Arts.
Hello.
Hello. We are going to talk about Ulgrim today, and Ashy Arts has, as always, chosen a rather appropriate legend to play as. So,
give me my armor.
Give
me my armor.
I kind of like that Corsair armor a little bit more, but that default armor is what Ulgrim helped to make anyway. There's some fun Norse mythology stuff with Ulgrim. First, let's go over the quote and the actual lore. So, Ashley, you get to either actually speak as Ulgrim or the Ivaldic Forge song.
Oh God, both sound bad.
Both sound bad?
I don't know. I don't have this thing open. Hold up. Okay. I guess I'll do Ulgrim.
Okay. The fire burns and bellows, churns and hammer rings and anvil sings, fierce metal gleams and maker beams.
This is why I wasn't doing that.
I didn't think it was that bad. It was, it's just
I'm
like...
not gonna even try to do an impression at this point. Like, Ulgrim's not that legend.
Okay. Anyway, that was from the Ivaldic Forge song. But yeah, go ahead, Ashley.
Every smith knows that the handle's only part of the hammer crafting that takes any real skill anyway.
Ulgrim.
Arms crossed.
Arms crossed. Yep, his default, his idle animation before you lock him in. Arms crossed. I love it. But...
Hey, yeah, it is.
Yeah. It is, yeah. He just kind of has his arms crossed, like he don't mess with him kind of a thing. But anyway, yeah. If you don't mind, I mean, we can start fighting now, or we can wait until we've read the official lore. But I guess we're doing this. As the story goes, the sons of Ivaldi are the original mastercraft. They're the first. And Ulgrim has fashioned unparalleled artifacts in the Great Forges. Thanks to Loki and a pair of upset dwarven... a pair of upstart dwarven smiths from Nidavellir made Thor's hammer and stole the sun's place of prestige. Even though they botched the handle, which the sons grumble is the only part of the hammer crafting that takes any real skill, no kidding, the new smiths were still celebrated. This bitter rivalry would last for centuries, both sides constantly trying to outdo the other. Nope, not today! But when the comet came crashing down, it was Ulgrim the gods turned to once again. Only he had the materials to build what they needed. For ages he had harvested materials of impossible items. A still flaming dragon's heart, the core of a dying star, Athenite from the nether realm. Nothing too rare, and no mine too perilous or too far for Ulgrim. The sun's name was finally restored in a suit of golden armor. Now he wields his flawless Ivaldi creations in the arena, proving their perfection with each win. When he isn't in the ring, he can often be found arguing feistily with Scarlet on her contraption building methods. Dang it. I even saw it coming. I'm ashamed of myself. Arguing feistily with Scarlet on her contraption building methods, but always he keeps an eye on Orion and stays close by, some say out of pride. Others say it's concern for what will happen if the armor were ever to fail. And as for connections that are not made in Ulgrim's lore, like we already heard about Orion and Scarlet, but we also know that Ulgrim is part of the band that is part of the band with Isaiah, Ada, and Fate.
He also made Thor's hammer, which was
Oh wait, I think I may have forgotten about that. Well, he didn't make Thor's hammer, but he, if I'm not mistaken, he improved the handle. Because there's actually a really that stuff about like Loki's gambling ways and Thor's hammer and dwarves from Nidvalia or whatever it's called. I need to look at it more closely. But that's actually from Norse myth. So as that story, gosh.
You know you're gonna lose, right?
I do, yes. I'm going against a diamond now, so
I'm not a diamond.
You made it to platinum. I'm sorry. I'm going into platinum now. Whatever. Your rank's higher than me. I don't care. But anyway, so if you look in my Sons of Vivaldi page in the wiki site, I have the whole Norse mythology story about that. But essentially, what happened was Loki and let's see, here we go. Loki decided that it would be funny to cut off the lovely golden hair of Sýr, Thor's wife. Of course, this made Thor real upset. And so Loki led Thor to Svartalfheim, which is also known as Nidavellir. This is where the Sons of Vivaldi lived. And Loki suggested to Thor that he asked the Sons of Vivaldi to make Sýr some new hair for his wife. I mean, it was made out of gold, so, this is mythology we're talking about. Nothing is too crazy.
Are you sure about that?
Okay.
How's it like you beat my waifu?
Charlotte's not my waifu. I already got mine, so,
Wait, who's your wife?
Sorry?
That's not what I meant, though.
Oh, you said a waifu. Yeah. Scarlet is a waifu, especially for some people. I don't doubt that.
Also, I have a little headcanon.
Do you?
Yeah, Scarlet Ulgrim. Before I actually read Ulgrim's lore, which was very recently, by the way, I just imagined, like, if she could not complete certain projects, she'd kind of have to go to him and just give him the rest. Like, if she couldn't herself and she knew she couldn't, or something like that.
Okay. Like if something is too advanced, perhaps?
Yeah.
That makes sense because, like...
Something that she couldn't work on herself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or by herself sometimes.
Bye. Anyway, the story continues. So the Sons of Vivaldi, they were able to make more golden hair for Sýr, more beautiful than before. And they accomplished the task, and they also created Skidbladnir, which is the ship given to Frey that could be folded up to fit into his pocket. So they made lots of really cool stuff. They also made Gungnir, which is Odin's deadly spear. So after that point, the story that you read in Ulgrim's lore about some upstart dwarves from Nidavellir is quite true. Loki, so after dealing with the Sons of Vivaldi, Loki decided to stay and have fun with some other dwarves. He claimed these dwarves, which actually had names. Their names are Broker and Sindri. He went up to them and said that they could not possibly. He said they couldn't possibly make 3 new objects as great as the 3 made by the Sons of Vivaldi. Of course, these 2 dwarves were up for the challenge, and so Loki even bet his own head against their skill, these upstart dwarves' skill. So, not wanting to lose, Loki changed into an insect and started stinging the dwarves as they worked, causing them to make mistakes. Despite these efforts, the gods were impressed by what the brothers created. They created Golinbursti, which is the golden-bristled boar who could run faster than the horses through earth, sea, and sky. They created Draupnir, a golden ring that created 8 more duplicates of itself every 9th night. And they created the famous Mjolnir, which is the hammer that always came back, but the handle was a bit short due to Loki's distracting them, basically. So there is a thing about like the the reason why Thor's hammer always has such a short handle is basically because of that. Loki wanted them to make a mistake, and the way we see Thor's hammer now in Brawlhalla is how it was supposed to be. So anyway, these 3 gifts, despite any mistakes they may have, they were accepted gladly by the gods. Frey took the boar, Odin took the ring, and Thor took the hammer. This is so because of this, Loki lost his bet, but he said, so the dwarves came up to him and said, okay, now we get your head, Loki, which sounds like bad news, but Loki said, but I said, you only get my head. You can't, you don't, I gave you no claim on my neck, all right? So you can't touch my neck at all. So, therefore, the dwarves couldn't behead Loki like they wanted to because they would have to cut his head at the neck. So, what they did instead, they sewed his mouth shut and went on their way.
They just did a big no you. He just did a big no you.
Yeah, basically. Which is, honestly, it's rather clever. It's, trying to save himself kind of thing. Like, oh no, I lost the bet, but hey, I said you only get my head. You can't do that, you know. What are you trying to do? You can't do that. So that's how Loki almost died, but he somehow got out of that. Probably would have come back somehow anyway, just in spite of all that. But that's a story. So that's a story. No, you. No, you. Ulgrim's lore said that he wields some fantastic inventions, even though it's only like a rocket lance and an axe. I mean, his axe does cool things. He can double his axe, basically. Each of his axe sigs, basically, he makes a copy of his axe somehow. So I think that's pretty cool. And then, of course, his rocket lance has some cool stuff. It's got like its own little chainsaw thing, yeah. So yeah, whatever he used to make those things, they do something kind of cool that I don't think Scarlet would have been able to replicate. As much of a genius as she is, she focuses on steam technology, and Ulgrim has Asgardian technology. Well, let's see what else. So anyway, I thought it was really cool that real Norse mythology was used very much so in Ulgrim's lore there with the other dwarves and everything. Oh, gosh, that would have been so bad. What else? But yeah, a lot of the stuff about Ulgrim, the fact that he's a dwarf, is very much in line with fantasy tropes and stuff. The mining dwarf and which a lot of the tropes that we have about dwarves come from like Lord of the Rings and stuff, and that is all founded very much on Norse mythology, right? In fact, actually, I think it was Tolkien that kind of changed the way we pluralize the word dwarves, because I think Tolkien used dwarves with like a V in it. Or was it dwarves with an F? I don't know. Tolkien used one, and the technical correct one is the other one. When you pluralize them.
I know I have 7 speed. Wait, I have 6 speed. I have 3.
The stats generally don't mean much to me. Like, I can see a slight difference with strength sometimes. Like, if I use Scarlet,
Oh yeah, he ain't a dwarf. Definitely ain't a dwarf. This is a dwarf.
This is I guess. Ulgrim's lore mentions a time when the comet came, which we can assume is when Orion arrived. When Orion kind of came in a fiery comet and crashed into Folkvangr.
It's interesting because I also use the gods knowing, but like a lot of people did too.
Right, like did Bodvar and Cassidy get to see? Like, did they get to? So. I mean, did they get to see him before the Valkyries carried him away?
Were they there?
I mean, they saw
if they were there during the crash.
They saw the comet crash, but we don't know how much they saw. Besides, Bodvar said that Orion is Thor in disguise, which makes me think that Bodvar and Cassidy didn't actually see much of much of Orion. They just saw the whole thing crash, and maybe Orion came in a ship or a rock or something. But some Valkyries must have seen his true form, which might explain.
Thought he was hot.
I guess. If he is indeed a male Valkyrie from a different dimension, as Defensive theorizes, then that would make a lot of sense. Because, like, you know, male Valkyries are not a thing generally, and so they're like, oh my gosh, this guy's gorgeous.
Oh! Why did you dodge that? That makes me very upset.
Why would I not dodge it? Come on.
Because I want you to stop with your bagpipes. Your bagpipes useless.
I really like the bagpipe lance. The fact that there's fire is hilarious. It kind of feeds into that meme, and I just love it.
I will steal your money, and then your life,
Oh.
and then my soul. And
You
then
got hit
my
by-
soul.
You got hit by your own bomb. That was funny. That was funny.
It's great. Definitely best joke.
Anyway, a couple other things I did. Oh, come on. My screen is lagging a bit, so I guess I'm slightly inaccurate.
I'm taking advantage. Taking advantage. Ah! 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 Ah!
Okay, well, you know.
Here, just for you. Oh. Nope.
I just, like, you got hit by your own bomb again. I felt that deserved a little taste of victory there. And another one.
Even though... Oh! Oh, we doing this.
Oh, I can't hold it, apparently. I can't hold it. Alright. Can't hold the button for some reason. Anyway, I would love to get the Reed or the Salty Taunt just because I think they're just hilarious. Even though I don't feel like I do a lot of reads, it's just great.
The lore.
I read the lore, exactly. Like, that's, you know, it's just like the Brawlhalla lore YouTube channel icon. I just, you know, it's not titled You, it's titled Lore. That's the book I read. I know how you can.
'Cause I need my headcanons.
I didn't headcanon. You know, that sounds like a fun weapon, right? A headcanon, like you strap a cannon to your head and then.
Oh my. Suck it.
Well, sure, whatever. Anyway, it's mentioned in Ulgrim's lore how nothing is too difficult for him to get. So I looked up, like, to see if there's any, like, mythological precedents for the three things that were mentioned in there. Flaming Dragon's Heart, I couldn't find anything in Norse mythology about that. Core of a Dying Star, though, that is something. So if you're a Marvel Comics fan, or even a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan, you'll recall that Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, was forged from the heart of a dying star. More accurately, the dying star was used to create the mold for the hammer. However, this is actually something that's original by Marvel. There doesn't seem to be... It's more like a cosmic origins kind of thing. It's not really in Norse mythology as far as I know. Still a really cool idea. So, Core of a Dying Star is more from Marvel than from mythology. And then finally, Aconite, I guess. Your guess is as good as mine, honestly, with what this is. This could be some special mineral with cosmic origins. It is interesting, though. It could be related to the Aesir race of gods. But I don't know what this nether realm is. Could the nether realm be Helheim? Is it Minecraft? I don't know.
I was about to say it's from Minecraft.
Aconite from the nether realm. I don't know.
I need my blue-haired fate. Come here, lady.
But I'm gonna rock some community colors right now.
Oh, good job. You got CCs too.
I did, yeah. I got it about a year ago, I think. It was like the third or fourth dev stream I ever watched, actually. I don't know how I got so lucky. But
So today we're gonna rock some CCs. This doesn't look good. Please don't tell me. Oh my god.
What? Not too
Okay,
impressed?
this skin right here. The only color it looks like. Oh my god, I want to keep it. It's gray. Those gauntlets.
That's pretty cool.
You don't
All right.
understand. It still fits.
It does. What is that
That's
from?
the outer world.
Oh, it's from that one? Okay. Actually, I want to see if there's a cool axe skin that I... Ah, yes. I think... I have a couple cool axe skins, but none as good as this one!
Bro, same. Oh shit.
I actually don't have much more to say regarding Ulgrim. So we could end the episode here as well.
Sure, why not?
Alright. Oh, there's another guitar thing. That's kind of cool.
Who's that one for?
The one I have?
Yeah.
That's actually that's its own weapon skin you can get from Brawlhalla.
Mm.
I think the one that you showed with Taros was from the Taros Rocker Riot skin or whatever. No? Oh, from that one. That makes sense. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, GG, fellow lore nerds.